I bought this piece of garbage looking PC for only $165, and in today's video I'm gonna show you if it was worth the money or if I got scammed. Let's get started. This is basically a Dell workstation, which is the Dell Precision 3620 tower, and the specs of this little adorable guy, unlike myself, I'm ugly, an i5-6500, which unfortunately only has 4 cores and 4 threads with max turbo frequency of 3.6 GHz, which is not really that great, but it's good enough to not bottleneck with the GPU that we have. And speaking of the GPU that we have in this build is an RX 580 2480 SP, which I did show you guys in my previous video. The RAM is an 8GB DDR4, I think it was 2133 MHz, so yeah, in terms of speed, not really that great, but keep in mind this is a workstation, so we can't really use high frequency RAM, which is one of the downsides of buying a workstation. And by the way, I know workstations do have many flaws, and especially in terms of upgradability, but despite all of that, workstations are still one of the cheapest paths to start gaming on a PC. So yeah, it does have flaws, but it's still the cheapest way to get into the PC world. And the power supply we have in this PC is a 365 watts, which luckily does come with a 6-pin PCIe cable for the GPU. Now that we took a look at the specs, let's start with the benchmarks. And the first game we have for today is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I absolutely hate this game. I don't know who plays this game. This game sucks. It's terrible. I don't know who plays it. Anyways, we're getting around 70 FPS. I would say it's pretty stable. Our CPU is a little bit suffering. The GPU is suffering too, but overall the experience is good in this game. Next up, we have Dying Light The Beast. We're getting around 30 to 35 frames per second, and in this game in particular, we're being bottlenecked by the GPU and not the CPU. As you guys can see, the GPU is being utilized 100% and the CPU is being utilized only around 50 to 52%. Overall, it's very playable. And by the way, this is only $160 PC that can run a 2025 game. Don't know what to tell you, like, I don't think you can expect more than 30 frames when you're only paying the price of a modern mid-range GPU. Even a 4060 costs more than this entire PC. So 30 frames in a 2025 game, I'd say it's pretty good. Next up, we have GTA V Enhanced, and we put the settings mostly to high, and we're getting around 60 frames per second. In this game, we're being bottlenecked by the CPU and not the GPU. As you guys can see, the CPU is being utilized almost 100%, and the GPU is only around, okay, 102, never mind. Next up, we have Silent Hill 2. We're getting around 30 FPS. I wouldn't say it's the best experience you could get out of Silent Hill, but despite all of that, we're getting an okay-ish experience. It is playable. It's not the best, but it is absolutely playable. Next up, we have Silent Hill F. This game was released in 2025, and we're getting 60 frames per second. Of course, I did dump all of the settings to as low as possible, but despite that, we're getting 60 frames. Like, what more could you ask for? You're only paying $160 and you're playing a 2025 title on 60 frames per second. Like, that's it. I feel like I finished life. I feel like I made such an achievement by choosing to buy this PC. But guess what? I'm still depressed and I hate myself. Next up, we have Stalker 2, and we're playing it on 30 frames per second, which actually kinda shocked me because this game sucks. This game has no optimization whatsoever, and we're getting around 30 frames per second. The entire PC is being utilized 100%, and I mean the entire PC, the GPU, the CPU, the RAM. We're using everything just to run this game on 30 frames per second, and as you guys can guess, it's not really a great experience. But overall, I'd say it's playable, kind of. Next up, we have Cyberpunk 2077, and we put the settings to as low as possible to squeeze out as many frames as we possibly can, and we're getting 70 frames. Yes, the PC is literally doing its absolute best, with the CPU and GPU being utilized to 100%, which does show you that if you buy such a build, every single penny that you spent on it is being 100% utilized. There is no extra room. You're basically using using the entire PC. Next up, we have Forza Horizon 5, which is one of the best games in terms of optimization. I did put the upscale to ultra quality, but overall, we're getting 70 frames per second. There are a little bit of hiccups here and there. Unfortunately, I wasn't showing the 1% lows, but I can tell you there are drops that you can sense when you're playing. They're not awful though. For a racing game, those drops are not awful and they don't really ruin your experience. So overall, if you want to play car games, this PC is absolutely great and I don't think it's gonna struggle in any car game. Next up, we got Red Dead Redemption 2 and we're getting around 50 frames per second. The entire PC again is being utilized to its absolute maximum. We're using 100% of the RAM, 100% of the CPU, 100% of the GPU. Everything is being utilized in that game, but we're getting good frames. That's all that matters. We're getting good frames, boys. And next up, we got Horizon Forbidden West. We're getting around 40 frames per second. And again, for the billionth time, we're using everything. Everything is at 100%, but overall, the experience is good. There are a little bit of hiccups and a little bit of FPS drops, but overall, it's very playable and you can absolutely enjoy some Horizon Forbidden West on this $160 PC. Keep in mind, Horizon Forbidden West is one of the heaviest games to exist, and we're still getting good FPS on this game. Like, you really can't complain. For $160, what can you say, man? Fuck the upgradability, I don't care. We're getting good frames. Once you have enough money to buy a new PC, you can just sell this for like, I don't know, $150 and just buy a new PC. Like, this is a great deal. I cannot express for the life of me how much I love this PC, and I think it is absolutely a great bang for the buck. And if you want to play some competitive games on this baby, you absolutely can. Although the FPS is not really great, but you can play it 50 FPS, around 60, and you can lower the settings more than I did, and I think you can reach all the way up to like 80 frames maybe. However, we're being bottlenecked by the CPU, because Counter-Strike 2 is a CPU game and not a GPU game, and that's why we're not getting many frames. And unfortunately, you don't really have much room to upgrade the CPU. The best that you can put is like an i7 6700, which sure will give you better performance, but I wouldn't say it will magically transform the PC into a different tier. It'll just make the experience a little bit better. And if you can do that for cheap, I would absolutely recommend doing it, because older generations of the Intel Core i5 only have 4 threads and 4 cores, while the i7 does have multi-thread support. And so, do I recommend that you buy a similar PC to this one? Absolutely, 100%. Go for it. If you're broke, or if you want something that is cheap just to try the PC, just to kind of get into this world, and you don't want to spend a fortune, you absolutely can. And as you guys can see, we played modern 2025 games with no issues. I would absolutely recommend this build. But I do recommend 2 very necessary upgrades to this build. Number 1 is to increase the RAM to 16 gigabytes or at least 12 gigabytes. And number 2 is to add an SSD at least for the operating system. Because if you run the operating system on the HDD, it's gonna be a lot of headache. Just buy a cheap SSD for like, I don't know, $10 or $20, put the Windows on it, and have fun. Unlike me, I will never have fun because I'm severely depressed for the rest of my life, and I want to end my life. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.